What's up, guys? This is Clashing with Sir William for another war recap. So this is going to be war number 20, and it was yet another win for us. We played a really strong clan. They were a German clan. I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name, but they were a pretty good clan. Over 161 wins. That's a serious feat to achieve in Clash of Clans. And then, of course, here we are, just our level 3 clan with 20 wins. So on this war, they could have actually gotten a bit higher score. The problem was we really had a pretty high amount of stars while they still had a lot of attacks left. And once that happened, I mean, they were just a bit demoralized. By about 4 hours left was when we were getting our final attacks in. And at 3 hours, Matt got the final star we needed for the perfect war. And at that point, as you could see, they still had tons of attacks left. And they still had some unused attacks because, I mean, they just had to be demoralized. Anytime someone else gets a perfect war on you, I mean, it's tough to keep on going. I would push my clan, but, I mean, if you don't want the free practice, that's fine too, I guess. So we did pretty good. As you can see, 100% destruction. They got 91.8. They had a few solid attacks, actually. Some of these were fresh 3 stars, like their 3 fresh 3-star prime, which very rarely happens, and they had a fresh 3-star on Chief, and then they 3-starred Dylan. And then, as you can see, there was 2 Town Hall 8s that weren't cleaned up, which is just a bit sloppy. With Wrath, they actually had a Town Hall 9 drop down and failed to 3-star him. Just a few errors on their side. So the first attack I'm going to show is actually going to be the first attack that I'll ever have featured on my mini account, Lil Will. And I'm just going to do a bowler walk. The only reason I'm showing this attack is because it was just interesting to watch how dominant it was against the Town Hall 9. And especially since I just featured it as a video for Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11. Just wanted to show the use for someone that's dropping down to clean up. Because, I mean, there's very few attacks that you can attack on a really strong max Town Hall 9 that truly are guaranteed. And this one isn't either, but it's pretty dominant. So I just draw out the CC and head into them, since bowlers are they're not really the beefiest troop. And then once I do that, the baby dragon is also going to funnel for me. So I just use 3 or 4 bowlers on each side and a healer, and that's just going to set my funnel. Alright, once a few buildings go down, I send in my heroes and my CC Valk, and then all my remaining bowlers into the middle. I'm fixing to drop a rage spell, and just watch how quick everything is going to melt once that happens. I mean, they instantly break through a wall. My Valk break through one more wall. I'm going to drop my jump spell. I mean, and then I just rage walk my bowlers through the base. I mean, there's air defenses taking at my healers, but I mean, they go down so quick it doesn't even matter. And the majority of my bowlers are still alive. Since I took out the CC, there's very little that can actually do serious damage to them. Second Expo's down. My heroes are both at full health still. I still have a few healers alive, and I mean, with the way this base was set up, all the point defenses were on the perimeter, especially from the northeast to the southwest. So it was a pretty easy base to 3-star with this. More spread bases are always going to be good for this type of attack. And I mean, as you can see, I still have tons of bowlers left. Both my healers still full health. Healing up that Valk right now, just, you know, insult to injury almost. And all that's left is just 1 cannon and a wizard tower. Just use my hero's abilities, even though they didn't need it at all. And I mean, there has to be at least 15 bowlers left still. So I mean, I might have lost 7 overall. I was really astonished with how dominant that attack was, and I also used it for that 1. Because I normally don't like to feature Lil Will, just because, I mean, when I do a normal Go Valho attack or something like that, I mean, Max Valk is going to be a little stronger. But with that and the Town Hall 10 attack, it was pretty dominant. So now we're going to show one from Matt real quick, and this is going to be, I'm not sure the correct term. I believe it's HGBH, which stands for Hogs, Giants, Bowlers, and Healers, I believe. And ultimately what Matt's going to do, he's going to drop a bunch of Giants down at that mortar, and then he's going to send in his healers. Alright, he's going to create the funnel with his wizards, and once that happens, then he's going to eventually send in some bowlers. So with this attack, it really was a dominant attack. He winds up having some swag spells, and he really doesn't need very many of his spells at all. That 1 air defense is hurting his healers right now. Might not have been a terrible idea just to hold the drop on them just a few seconds. So as you can see, he has 5 max bowlers, and they do a chunk of damage. And so ultimately that X-Bow goes down, which cancels that double giant bomb. So then he's going to send his hogs in. And the Arch Queen, she goes down to the bowlers, and then the air defense is taking out his healers again. But I mean, at this point, it's already so many of the point defenses are taken out. That double giant bomb is triggered. Healer starts to heal him up just enough, so it's okay, because bowlers are weak to double giant bombs. And then he uses a heal spell on his hogs, loses a few, but it triggers the double giant bomb. So he's safe, drops his heal spell. He uses the King's ability right there on the Town Hall, and 1 rage, even though really he didn't even really need the rage. He could have just used 2 swag rages, but I mean, better play it safe than sorry, especially when a perfect war is on the line. And he still has a chunk of hogs left over and just 1 Tesla left. So I mean, it was a really good attack. As you can see, his queen still fully healed. I mean, solid attack overall. He has a few wizards on the back end to clean up them trash buildings, and it was my first time ever viewing this attack, and Mac did it excellently. And I believe he's going to do a swag spell. Yep, swag rage spell right in the middle of the base. I mean, just what a way to cap off this perfect war. But it was a great attack, and I learned something from it also. So this was Clan War number 20 for us. It was a great win, and hopefully we can just keep it up. I mean, we just want to stay humble, keep winning wars, and do our best. So if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and just keep on clashing, guys.